Most people know the story of Lucifer, the angel who bore light, exalted himself, rebelled against God, and was cast out of heaven. But what if that story wasn't just symbolic? What if it echoed a real historical figure? Akhenaten, the Pharaoh of the 18th dynasty, might be that figure. Let's look at the facts. Lucifer means light bearer. Akhenaten's entire reign was centered on Aten, the visible light of the sun. He shifted Egypt's religion to focus solely on light, not the hidden gods, but the radiant sun disk. He literally made himself the high priest and interpreter of Aten, claiming exclusive access to the divine light. Lucifer said, "I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will be like the Most High." Akhenaten removed the traditional gods of Egypt. He shut down the temples, stripped the priests of power, and exalted Aten as the only god. In doing so, he positioned himself as Aten's unique son and voice, above the entire pantheon of divine stars who worship before him. Lucifer rebelled against God the Father. Akhenaten, spiritually speaking, rebelled against Amenhotep III, his own father, who had upheld the worship of Amun-Ra, the hidden, supreme deity of Egypt. Amenhotep III was seen as a son of Amun-Ra, the god of kingship and cosmic order. Akhenaten's break from that tradition was more than political. It was a full-blown spiritual coup. Now consider this. In ancient Egyptian ideology, Egypt was fashioned as heaven on earth. The land itself was sacred. The Nile mirrored the celestial river. The pharaoh was a divine mediator. So when Akhenaten was erased from Egypt's memory, when his city was abandoned and his name chiseled out, that wasn't just historical backlash. That was exile from heaven. Lucifer fell from heaven. Akhenaten was cast out of Egypt. Its history, its religion, and its sacred timeline. Who cast him out? In the biblical narrative, Michael and Gabriel opposed Lucifer. In the Egyptian story, it was Horemheb and I, two powerful men who restored the old order after Akhenaten's death. I served like a high priest and political operator, fitting the role of Gabriel, the messenger and advisor. Horemheb was a military general who became pharaoh and purged the memory of Akhenaten, paralleling Michael, the warrior who cast out the dragon. So what do we have? A light-bearer figure who rebels against the Father, elevates himself as divine, tries to install a new order, gets opposed by two archangel figures, and is ultimately cast out of heaven, symbolized by Egypt. The parallels aren't vague, they're structured. This raises deeper questions about memory, myth, and history. Was the story of Lucifer inspired by Akhenaten? Or is Akhenaten just one of many who walked that same path? Either way, the connection is worth thinking about, because sometimes stories we think of as myth are built on forgotten truths. So what does all of this mean? It means the story of Lucifer, often seen as a purely spiritual or mythological figure, might have a real historical shadow. Akhenaten wasn't just a pharaoh with strange beliefs. He was a man who challenged the established order, exalted himself, and tried to reshape divine truth in his own image. And in doing so, he lived out a pattern we later see in the Lucifer story. A light bearer, a rebel, a self-exalter, and in the end, one who was cast down. Whether this was coincidence, inspiration, or prophecy playing out through history, that's up for you to decide. But the parallels are clear. And the more we look into the past, the more we realize some stories aren't just stories. They're echoes. Thanks for watching. If this opened your perspective or challenged your thinking, consider subscribing and share your thoughts in the comments. There's more to uncover, much more.